Hi, this is Naomi with Sword and Steel, and today we are going to be checking out two different kill teams. The kill team for the Night Lords and what options you have in that kit, as well as we'll also be looking at the kill team for the Mandrakes for Drukhari and give you an idea of how to remove join lines on natural creatures like Mandrakes, biological creatures like Mandrakes. So I hope you enjoy that, and then we're just going to have a look at the terrain piece that comes out of the kill team Nightmare. Now, the two kill teams, the Mandrakes and the Night Lords, are definitely going to be coming out in the future on their own. So this video will be useful to you for that reason. I do not know if the terrain will come out on its own, but it might. And if it does, I would suspect you'd find it as a website only item, which small businesses can get if they have got an account with Games Workshop, but it might be more expensive for them to do so. So just bear that in mind. That is everything that is going to be in this video, so I hope you enjoy. But before we start the video, I just want to do a quick thank you to the patrons of this channel. I really appreciate your support. You know who you are. If you also want to be a patron, it's in the description. I really hope that you have been enjoying what I've been putting out. It's going to be even more intensive this year. I guarantee it. And I hope you enjoy it with me. Okay, let's get started. First of all, this Night Lord's kill team is made up of the original Chaos Space Marine Legionary sprues from 2018, plus a brand new sprue full of Night Lord's helms and accessories. So for those who have already gotten the Chaos Space Marine Legionaries, you'll certainly recognize the helms and shoulder plates of this kit, but you have enough of the new ones on the Night Lord's that you don't need to use any of the generic Chaos Space Marine ones, besides the plain or fancier shoulder plates for the shoulder that isn't going to host the iconic symbol of the Night Lords. Now, I assembled these Night Lords for Warhammer 40,000 rather than the more individualized kill team, so these have been assembled as if they were two groups of Chaos Space Marine Legionaries, since at least at the point of this video, there is no Night Lord specific group. If you want to assemble for Kill Team, just make sure you read the various data sheets and decide who exactly you want to build before you even open the assembly guide. There is a limited number of guns and weapons, so make certain you know what you can and cannot do and get your specialty guys taken care of before you go on to your generic fellows. So most of my fellows are built with bolt guns, except for the two aspiring champions, or visionaries as they are called in the assembly guide, whom I built with plasma pistols and what I would call heavy melee weapons. You do only get one helmet for the visionary or aspiring champion, whose bat wings are a little larger, but I think by adding the icon to his back and his hood and his shoulder plates and using the extra visionary torso and this very striking looking sword makes him look sufficiently leader material. What do you think? Now, I built them with mostly bolt guns, so they look fairly similar to each other. That's because of the restriction on the bolt guns, not because you couldn't build them a different way. But I had a plan that because there are no las cannons in this kit, you can only get the las cannons, as far as I'm aware, from a Chaos Space Marines Havoc's kit at the moment. I just built these guys with bolt guns, and I'll use an extra Night Lord's helms when I go to build the two Chaos Space Marines with las cannons from the Havoc's. Now, there is a lot more variety should you have used the various weapons and should you have chosen the kill team route of assembling them. There's a two-handed melee weapon, a pair of lightning claws, there's a poisoned close combat weapon, plasma gun, a power maul that could be a cursed or heavy, a melta-gun, various bolt pistols, a heavy flamer, various chainswords, enough actually to field them all with chainswords if you wanted to go that route, a power fist, a grenade launcher, a heavy bolter, and a second chaos icon. Any head, shoulder plate, and weapon arm can go on anybody, though, I mean, their posing might be a little off depending on what you choose to go wear, so just keep all of that in mind. and the original Chaos Space Marine transfers if you decide to make your Night Lords anything besides Night Lords. Now, the Mandrakes, on the other hand, do not have weapon options when building them for Warhammer 40k specifically, so if you wish to build them for Kill Team, check out the different stats and decide once again which specialties you'd like them to field before building any of them. This Mandrakes Kill Team consists of 2 identical 5-man sprues. However, there are so many extra bits to choose from that you can build them all uniquely. Each model has 1 to 3 different head options to choose from, as well as a couple different blades you could choose. In Kill Team, the blades may offer slightly different statistics depending on which one you choose, but in 40k, there are no weapon options for Mandrakes, at least at this time. Every Mandrake is wielding a blade and a spell. Even the leader, well, not leader, the champion within the Mandrakes has the same blade and spell. So I went for aesthetically pleasing uniqueness when building these. Now, each body has a particular head, or 3, that fits carefully onto that body's neck. You could mismatch the heads, but the fit won't be quite right, so adding putty or green stuff would likely be necessary if you wanted to do so. It is possible, but you will need to do some cleanup to do so. That goes the same for the arms, which attach at the shoulder joints. You could attach the arms to a body they weren't designated to in the assembly guide, but the fit won't be quite as exact as the arms that were designated for that particular body. And you'd likely need to add a little filler or do some shaving. And many of the shoulders have runes cut into the skin, so you could mess up the look of those runes if you weren't very precise. I, for one, am very happy to see an upgrade to these Mandrakes after so long into plastic. But for those who like the old Mandrakes, I think you would agree that the flavor of these ones are very much the same as the old ones. They do stand on 28mm bases now. And just like the Night Lords Kill Team, you do get a bunch of extra bits to have fun with. Extra weapons, extra arms, extra heads, and a couple extra little bits that you could just put on their bases. And that brings us to the terrain piece in the kit. It's a big fellow with the majority of it being a single piece. That's nice. If you are getting the Kill Team Nightmare kit and are fairly new to assembly, I suggest building this piece first. If you are new to painting as well, consider priming and painting this model first, because it will guide you how to prime without losing any detail. Any mistakes you make with your painting, you can just cover up with grime or rust. It's a great piece of scatter terrain. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make certain to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. To those who have already subscribed, thank you very much. I really appreciate the support, and I hope you enjoy all of the videos that will be out in the future. I've got a bunch of various ones coming up, so I hope you enjoy that. Okay, bye. If you're still here, that probably means that you want to see how I put together the Mandrakes and any other biological creature, really. This is what makes plastic cement better than super glue when putting together models like this, in my humble opinion, because you can fill in join lines while you are working on the model. So what's really important to take from this, I think, is the fact that I'm also adding plastic glue after the 2 pieces are connected. So after I know where exactly the piece goes, because I've dry fitted beforehand, I put the plastic glue into the connection where I want to add the new piece. And then after that's attached, I check the fit, and if I see a join line, I go over that join line with plastic glue. Sometimes it's a very subtle join line and I just want to make it seamless, or sometimes, like in the case of all of the hair for these Mandrakes, it's a very noticeable join line, and I want that hair to look as natural as possible, so I will keep working at it with the brush from this plastic cement in the strokes that I want the hair to flow until I have a nice smooth appearance. And once it's dried, you can either do it again or call yourself done. You don't need to wait until the plastic glue has dried completely to keep working at it, but practice makes perfect for this one.